After an intense period of games in the Premier League, is it good in a way mentally to have a bit of a change of focus with the FA Cup?
Yeah, it's good for the players to come out of it. As I said, we'll pick a bench. I picked my side already. We'll pick a bench, so there'll be 2 or 3 of the boys, 3 or 4 of the boys that were involved on at Anfield on Thursday night. That'll obviously make up the bench, but the rest of the boys, it'd be good to refocus. Bit of rest time, getting them ready for our next Premier League game against West Ham on the Friday night. It's a great opportunity for us, and we want to be bang at it, and we will be bang at it.
Sheffield United have obviously had some great memories over the last 20 years or so, 30 years or so in the FA Cup. Is that something that you'd like during your time as Sheffield United manager?
Yeah, definitely. Our record since I've been here, in from the league point of view, has been exceptional. But from the Cup's point of view, we've had to prioritise. But as I said, I would have liked to have played a stronger side, and we'll see if we do play well enough to go through. As I said, we've still got to play well, and the opposition will be tough and dogged, and will make it difficult for us. And we'll have a desire to cause an upset. If we do play well enough and get through, then we'll have a look at the schedule then and see what's what, and maybe then, we might start looking. But I think we're looking at the fixture list and looking where the next round of the FA Cup is, and I'm not being disrespectful to Fylde at all. I am saying on record that we have to play well on Sunday to get through. But maybe if we do get through, then excuse me, then we will. They will look at the schedule, and with 17 games to go in the Premier League, not many Saturday games now. Then we'll look at that and assess and take it from there.
Probably 3 or 4 players may play this Sunday that played against Barnet last year. Will it need spelling out to any of the players that take the pitch just what could happen this weekend?
Well, it's an experience that I didn't enjoy, even though we had a fantastic season. I think one of the lowest parts of last season, was that, and people can say, well, it was only the FA Cup or whatever, but didn't enjoy it at all. I don't enjoy losing, and we all don't, but from that point of view, it was a really low point. From our point of view, the opposition were better on us the day, and when we never turned up. So, it's a great one to remember. And yeah, I'll be into the players today, and they'll know in certain terms that what I'm feeling, and if maybe the message wasn't strong last year, and I trust in my players a little bit more than I should have done, the message will be loud and clear on this week and leading up to the game on Sunday.
It's a huge game for Fylde. It's their cup final, really, first time in the third round, and I'm sure, like you mentioned earlier, a little bit of a free hit for them, and they can come and just pressure off and give it a real go, can't they?
Absolutely, and they've got players that have played here, so they'll raise the game and fancy it, and they've got players that, as I said, to play at the top level, you have to do a lot of things right, but the biggest thing is that day in, day out, week in, week out, you have really consistent performances. And I always say this, there's a lot of quality in the National League and League Two, and there'll be players there that would have been superstars as kids, and young players that everybody would have thought would be the next big thing, but maybe for one reason or other, an injury or maybe, where I look at it, a mentality point of view, that they don't turn up day in, day out and week in, week out. But when one opportunity arises, they do take that opportunity. And I think that's what happened with Barnet last year. They've got players that have been at Tottenham and Arsenal and whatever, and would have played alongside the likes of some players that have gone on to play in the first team and would have been at a level. But the boy that does it day in, day out, week in, week out, went on to play for Arsenal, went on to play for England, and the boy that talked about it a lot but never really produced it day in, day out, still a good player, but plays at that level. But when a one-off occasion comes, they still can flick a switch and turn it on. So, we understand that, and we have to make sure that we're aware of it and the players are aware of it, and make sure that doesn't happen.
Be just like the FA Cup for Danny Philliskirk to come back to Bramall Lane and score at the weekend, wouldn't it?
Cheers, sir. Thanks. Well, as I said, and there's some that have had good careers as well that are going out, and are still playing as well. So I'm not generalising in terms of all their players, but there will be some players in a national team that, for one reason or the other, are playing at that level. There'll be some players that have had really good careers, that are winding the careers down, but still have the love of the game and still want to play. And the two boys that played quite a lot at Sheffield United, and I know Danny well. I had him on loan as a young player from Chelsea. I know his dad really well. I played with Tony as well. And I know Danny's a really good kid, and he's winding his career down and still playing, which is a compliment to them that they still want to go out and put the boots on. But they'll rally their troops and they'll organise themselves, and it'll be difficult to beat. And they can, if you're off of it, produce a shock, and I get that.